Starting here. So today I'm going to go into Street Fighter 6 and set up Lab Monster Toolkit with it and work on link practice, which is, I'm trying to learn Kami. A lot of Kami's moves have links where you do like crouching heavy punch into crouching medium punch, or you do like jab, jab, light kick, things like that, where there's a link between two normals. It's not a true cancel. And I'm bad at it, and I mash. I mash a lot. And so we're going to create some sequences so that I can hear what the button tempos are so I can stop mashing. So, just to get started, we're going to open up, we'll open up Loop Midi, that's fine. Open up Loop Midi, open up Lab Monster Toolkit, boop-a-doo, open up LMMS. And we will open up my project that has the instruments I want, and then last we will open up Street Fighter 6. While that opens, we're going to turbo the start button, and I'm going to need to put Street Fighter 6 in windowed mode so that I can see what I'm doing. So we're going to make sequences initially, and we'll make sure those sequences work for the timing, and then I'll use the sequences to practice a little bit. Should be getting a turbo start button here. There we go. It was taking. Okay, let's hope that took. What's going on, Riku? I'll interact with chat here and there. I'm going to disable this. And theoretically, hopefully it's using Lab Monster Toolkit and not my controller, but even if it's using my controller, we'll make it work. We'll just double select Kami if that's the case. Alright, fighting. Oh, wait, no. This is fine. I can still hit start and do the things. Alright, so let's get this in windowed mode. There we go. Training. Kami versus Kami. Toolkit time. You know it, dude. I very briefly looked at modern controls, and it seems really good. Really good to the point where I would consider using it. Just because I'm not an execution fiend, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to UI input, spam, crouch. Oh, that is very fun. Let's turn the MIDI off for that. That looks so stupid. So she like just sort of hovers around that crouch level when you turbo crouch. Love it. Okay. Good news is the toolkit is what's being used. All right, so jab, jab. Yeah. I did jab, jab, light kick. Light kick didn't come out. Jab, light kick. Light kick didn't come out. So that's the link. Let me turn the MIDI on so that you can hear my buttons. So if I do like jab, light kick, see how that's not working? Let me switch it to make it so it doesn't block. I'll do block after first hit. There we go. So the issue is that jab is on this cadence. And light kick is on like that cadence. And so I end up needing to double tap it like that. That's how I end up doing it. And the same thing is with crouching medium punch. I do that. I'm like, oh, big punish. That didn't give me the spiral even. And the other thing I gotta work on is this. You can hear me doing the double tap forward, and I'm doing it too fast. I'm doing it before the button presses. Or the button hits, rather. And so I have to, like, triple tap it. And, like, the window is... There's a very particular and annoying cancel window for this button. And basically, it's like... Basically, you want to hit... You want to hit the second hit when the button is connecting for the double tap. It's just really, really annoying. And then the other thing is like if I want to go crouching light kick, so I can do like, I can do this cancel timing. Why did that? I'm not sure why that took. And like if I get a whiff punish, that'll just work, right? It's an empty, and if I hit them, it'll work. But obviously, if I'm too close and they block, then you know, it's gonna be bad. And so what I want to do is that, and that's not nearly as hard. I'm not sure what I combo into. I guess. I do that. Am I +9? I'm +9. I could probably do... No, that's 10. I guess I can go heavy punch. Yeah, I can just do that. Into that. Yeah, that's probably the easiest thing to do. Otherwise, you could do like... That dropped block after first hit, so I can tell. That's also an annoying link. Something like that. Yeah, I know it does. Is it on block count? It is. There we go. I can also just do that, though. Or at least I'm supposed to be able to. So, like, that's certainly an option, too, right? That's 16, whatever. You can see why I have built the toolkit is because my execution sucks. Because I can't get that into back medium. See, I hit back medium, but I'm too early. So unless I want to spam it like that, which I don't really want to do because that's hard on my hands, then I have to figure out the timing for that one too. All right, what else do I need to figure out the timings for? I'm trying to remember what the other things. I feel like this is the main stuff, and this, and actually this, that, because I'm double tapping forward there, and so figuring out this double tap so I don't have to, because obviously when you mash it, you're not gonna know which of the buttons, right? And if you mash it, you're also like just liable to miss the fucking gap. It's like a 5-frame link or something, so you don't want to miss it. Excuse my cursing. Okay. Okay, let's start recording. Let me make sure I've got recordings bound as hotkeys. Do that. Play sequence. unbind this. Okay. So let's go here. Let's start recording. Why isn't this recording over here? Oh, that's on stop sequence and play sequence. I want this. Let's okay. Unbind everything. All right. Start, stop recording, save, and stop recording. There we go. Okay. And then can we... I'm gonna need to unbind that for right now, just because well, yeah, no, I need to unbind that. Because I don't want that to be like doing stupid recording stuff while I'm doing things. So let's go into the control mapping. Shortcut settings. Yeah, here we go. All right, so, oh God, what did I just do? I just want to turn it off. All right, whatever. Turn those off. Oh God. How do I unbind this? There we go. Okay. Okay, that's unbound. All right. What does this do? Set up this button has no use, but you can assign shortcuts. Oh, it's the combination button. Got it. Sorry about all that. All right, now I can record. All right, so let's go record, jab, 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 light kick. Nailed it on the first try. Good stuff. Let's save it. Let's make a new folder. Call this Cami. And call this LP. Let's load it in. Play it back. Oops. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's open the editor, open this file, turn that off. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so let's find this window. So this start at 12, set that to 10. So what I'm doing is I bound cycle mode to one of the buttons on my controller. So now this changes the mode between the things. And then I bound the other button to playback sequence. You gotta be in playback mode to playback the sequence. And Street Fighter's gotta be in the foreground. So that's how I can move around quickly. I'm considering having a hold cycle mode to bring you back to mirror source as like a way of making it so that it goes back to the top without adding a new binding, but we'll get there. Okay, so that works. I'm just basically going to be making this smaller and smaller until the link stops working, and then we're gonna go in the other direction. All right, so the link stopped working. Let's add 1 to this, see if 9 is the secret ingredient. Nope, 10 was the minimum wait time. And you can double check that your frames here are matching the frames here. Sometimes they won't. All right, so that was 10 is the minimum, and now let's go 15. Theoretically, this shouldn't work. Let me see. Okay, so 15 does not work. Let's see if 14 works. 14 works. Okay, so 10 to 14 is the window. So we're going to put this on 10, and we're going to set this as 4. So we're going to hold for 4 frames, and that will make it so that in the trainer, the entire window for this is the right amount of time for the sequence. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. It's weird that it's not giving me that. So I'm just trying to feel out the timing for if I'm rapid tapping versus if I'm just going tap, tap. So the other thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to undo this 4, and I'm going to do 2, 1, and then I'm going to add another frame after for 1. And so that'll make it so that this sequence is basically a double tap, where both double taps are within the right window for the execution of the combo. Obviously, it's an incredibly fast double tap. But it makes it so that when you hear it as a double tap. Why isn't that working? All right, let's load that up in the trainer. So we're gonna start on input. I wish this still had the scrolling, but I took it out. So 6, no, 5, 4, 4. Start on input 4. And look back 3 inputs. So now, okay, what we've done here is input 4, if I go to 0. So this is input 1, 2, 3, 4. So input 4 is the second jab. Input 2 is the first jab. So by saying you start on input 4, this will start playing down when we hit the input on input 4, which is a kick. But we're not trying to hit on the first kick, we're trying to hit on the second kick. So this look back number says that we need to hit the previous inputs before we get to this one. Now the way it determines if the previous inputs are hit is kind of a stupid way of looking at it, in terms of it just sort of goes down the list of the next input it expects. As soon as it gets that input, it moves to the next input that it expects, and the next one. So it doesn't necessarily need to be all in the right order, it just needs to eventually get all of them. But for something this simple, jab, jab, it's gonna figure it out. So okay, am I early or late? I'm hella early. Only this is like in the ballpark of where I need to be. There must be some buffering going on with the chaining of the jabs that's making this not work. Let's demo on the V-pad and see what it does. Alright, this is the bug I have that I fixed in the latest release, but I have not moved that release to this computer. So I need to set start input to 0 to 1, and then it should work. Okay, so I don't want it. So what I don't want is to be doing this. Yeah, it's just a tricky 4-frame link. It's really annoying. Alright, I'm going to move on to the next sequence that I want to work on, but that is the simple jab, jab, light kick. You can hear I'm hitting it, but I'm not getting it. So I'll practice that more on my own time. Next up, I think this is probably one of the most important ones, is crouch. Crouch heavy punch, crouch medium punch. And I do want to point out that you can use, there is a visual thing in the training that can help some people out, this action display timing. Right? So basically, when the meter is in the green, you can press the next button and you'll get the link. And you can use that as a visual feedback. And you can then look at Cammy and try to figure out, like, when in the move she looks like she's done. So you can use that visual feedback as well if the audio timings aren't working for you. And you can do that without the toolkit. That's just a thing you can do in the game, right? I just find that, like, if I'm constantly staring at that bar, getting just a cadence for the rhythm and the pattern is going to help me out in the long run better. Okay, so bop, bop is what I'm trying to hit. So let's open the hotkeys, unbind everything, start, stop recording, save. Cool, all right. Record. Hey, first try, okay. Save this as, what is that, 2 HP, 2 MP. All right, load that in. Open the editor. Close that one. All right, so let's see. We'll get rid of this beginning stuff, so it's just the sequence. And we got 2 MP or 2 HP, 2 MP, 34 frames in between. Whoopsies, and then we're gonna rebind our inputs again. I should probably come up with like input modes maybe, where you like have hotkey. Might be worthwhile like having different hotkey configurations so that you can be like hotkey config 1, hotkey config 2, and then a button to press to like switch between them. That would probably be a good idea. Okay, so play sequence, that's all I need. Oh, and cycle mode. Okay, so that works. So let's lower this to like 32. .32 still works. Let's go 30. .30 works. Okay, let's try 28. Okay, 28 doesn't work. Okay, so 29. Doesn't work. All right, so 30 is the minimum value on that link. Write 30 in the comment there so I remember it. And then let's just double confirm that it does work. Okay, 30 is the minimum input for that, and then let's move this to 35, because I think we were on 34 when this all started. Yep, 35 doesn't work. Okay. And we know that it was 35 because it says so right here. So let's go back to 34, double check that 34 works. 34 works. Okay, so it's another 4-frame link from 30 to 34. Have this as, again, I'll do 1 frame, and then I'll do a 1-frame gap, and then I'll do another 1 frame. I'm just going to copy and paste that input again after. So I'll just do 2 1-frame taps in the sequence. You know, I'll do it. I'm going to go back to 4 frames. I don't like the way it sounds on the instrument. I'll just be double tapping on my side. Okay, so... Okay, that's what it sounds like. All right, so this is going to be very easy to do in the trainer because it's just 2 inputs. So we'll start on, there's no buffering here, there's nothing weird happening, it's just that's the inputs. So we'll start on input 2, and yeah. I was way early, right? Yeah, I was way early. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to hit. I'm just late. Oh, I'm also not tapping nearly fast enough. I'm tapping really lackadaisically. Let me listen to it a few more times. I'm pressing F4 right now, and then just walking forward after, just to get a sense of it. And then I kind of want to look at Cammy on that and see. So it's basically when she pulls her arm all the way back. And then the thing I want to do next is random block. And do... Yeah, see, what I want to do is confirm whether or not... And I didn't confirm that properly. But the idea would be to confirm whether or not the first hit is hitting or not, and either confirming it into standing heavy punch or jab, right? Because jab is a frame trap, and that should have been able to confirm it. And if you do medium punch, like that should have been medium punch there, blocked. And see, I got jab, but I couldn't confirm it into a spiral. So like that's the thing I'm trying to practice, is making sure stuff like that. There we go. That one's right. Blocked, blocked, blocked. That was not a combo. That was not the right input. That was not the right input. That was the wrong spiral arrow, but whatever. That didn't combo. That's fine. I should not have confirmed that. That shouldn't have been medium punch. There we go, that's the right confirm. That should not have been medium punch. That didn't combo. Dang it. Nope. Dang it, didn't get the medium. Didn't get the medium again. Alright, so I'm really happy with how I'm doing, even though I'm still, like, pretty far from perfect, but I'm hitting the crouching medium timing pretty comfortably. So the next thing that I want to add to this is the drive rush input. And the drive rush input is incredibly annoying. For me, at least. I find it's a little more annoying on the light kick, on the crouching medium kick than the heavy punch, than the medium punch. But doing this, for me, is difficult. Let me make it so she doesn't block so that I can actually... Yeah, see, like that time I didn't get it. Block after first hit. There we go. So that's what I want to be doing. So let me make a new version of this. All right, so let me open up this guy, and we're going to add a double tap after this. I'm just gonna use the same input. So we're gonna give like 6 frames of that second of. I'll delete this. Give 6 frames of neutral after this down, or 6 more frames of down, because I know I'm not gonna get it that quickly. And then we'll go tap forward for 3 frames, neutral for 2 frames, forward for 3 frames. We'll save this as a new file. We'll save this as LPMP DR for drive rush, and then we'll load that in over here. And we'll see how well that works. All right, so that just didn't give me the input or the sequence at all. So I'm also going to load it in here because it's a little more convenient when you're labbing stuff to do it in here. Because I can just hit F4. I can basically walk forward and press F4 and go right back to walking forward on this controller. All right, so I'm going to give myself undo. I'm going to give myself 10 frames and see if that's the right amount. Nope. Am I getting too... I don't think I'm getting... Oh, I don't have a second forward input. I didn't press forward here. Let's go back to 6. My mistake. Okay, so let's move this to be like 10 frames. Because I'll bet it's too early. Okay, how about 12 frames? How about 8 frames? Interesting. How about 15 frames? It feels like that's late to me. Maybe I need to go neutral, and that. Let me add a neutral input here for 1 frame. That can't, that's gotta be super late. Let's do this at 3 frames. Okay. Let's take the neutral input out and see if that makes a difference. Okay, let's put the neutral input back in. Huh. Okay, what if I make this 2 frames and I take the neutral input out? Interesting. Put the neutral input back in. Weird. Okay, so you have to go to neutral before your first forward input for drive rush. Okay. Good to fucking know. All right. Let's make this 1 frame. Let's see how quickly we can input drive rush. Okay. Wrong input. Okay. I think that's what's been screwing up all my inputs, is I'm never actually going to full neutral. Right? Because I'll bet if I do it as a quarter circle, it still doesn't like it, right? Yeah, no, it doesn't. You need to go. What about back neutral? Let me try back neutral. Nope. Okay, so what about just straight back? No, you have to go to fucking neutral for at least 1 frame. Interesting. Okay. So let's delete this. Okay, so the fastest, this thing can probably get even faster, can't it? Like, I'll bet I could do this. I'll bet I can 1 frame this and it'll still work. Yeah. Okay. So I am not going too fast. I just need to make damn sure I go to neutral. Okay. Cool. So let's increase this window to 10. Let's see what happens. Whoops. All right, let's try 15. Let's try 20. Okay, 15, or 18, I guess. Let's try 18. Split the diff. Okay, 19, try 19. Okay, so okay. So there is a 17 frame window for this double forward input. Okay, so there's a 17 frame window for double forward there. Okay. I was neutral there. What happened? What happened? 5 frames, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. If I do 4, 4, 4, is that too many frames for the double forward input? Multi-edit, set all those to 4. Save. Okay, so 4 frames a piece is too long of a gap. In fact, 4, 3, 4 is too long of a gap. Okay, let's shave some time off of this. Let's make this like 12, just to make sure we're not like. Okay, so now let's go back to 4, 4, 4 and see if that was just an issue there. No. Even if we bring this to like 8, is it still angry at us? No, it's not. Okay. Okay, so 4, 4, 4 is okay for the window. Let me undo all of that. But I mean, let's do this as like 1 frame inputs and see if Okay, so when it actually hits the 1-frame inputs, it works, but the toolkit isn't hitting. Like, it's not syncing with Street Fighter very well. Okay, so I'm gonna disable preview on my stream. Okay, so let's go 22. Move up. Okay, let's try 21. Okay, so it's a 20-frame window. Really it's a 23-frame, but input must be done by 23rd frame. Okay, so it's a 23-frame window from which the input has to be started and finished in. So let's move this back to like 15, and we'll do 3, 2, 3, and that's like a more realistic timing for it. Why didn't that work? I didn't go to neutral. Why didn't that work? Not what I meant to do. Okay, so that's... There we go. Okay, that is what I'm trying to hit. There's gotta be a different window on this button. That is my theory, is that like okay. So really, yeah, it's okay. It's really just about making damn sure that I lift my finger off of down. Yeah, I was not hitting this often before. Yeah, okay. So the issue is purely making sure there's, yeah, see, that was a quarter forward. Okay. Okay, we figured it out. It is 130%. Wait, what? Okay. 130%, 150%, 200%. It is a matter of making really, really certain you return to neutral before doing drive rush, which for leverless players and pad players might be a problem. That might not be a thing that they are doing. Cool. I wonder. No, okay. I'm not crazy. Okay. Okay, I feel like that was most of the stuff that I wanted to go over. This has already gone on for like almost an hour, 47 minutes of me mucking around in training, just trying to improve my cami. The things that I want to do with the toolkit in terms of this figuring out the inputs and the timings and all of that, I feel like I've covered. I feel like I've shown how the tool can be used and used well. For example, you know. You know, if I were to redo this again, I would make this window 4 so that it shows up as being, you know, a 4-frame window here, and then you've got your double input there. So, you know, if you wanted to work on combos like this or input sequences like this, obviously, and the other thing you can do, and I didn't do this, but I wanted to show this off really quickly, is if you do shift octave down and apply and close and do MIDI always on, it'll play. I'm actually going to add an extra input at the end of. It does have an extra input at the end of this. Oh, it's just. I might. It doesn't matter. Yeah, basically you can make it so that the MIDI player for the training window is playing at an octave lower. So you can hear, like, basically you're trying to play in harmony with the MIDI. Some people might appreciate that. As an option. As an option, it is there. You can do that with a lot of stuff. Yeah. I'm going to highlight this stuff and get it uploaded. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry this is super long, and a lot of it was boring. I know a lot of it was boring, but hopefully you can skim through and find the good parts. Take it easy.